Andrew felt an admiration for Cathy. She was the type who couldn't be intimidated or bullied, for she knew how to stand up for herself. He said worriedly, though, "Miss Cathy, what if they continue mocking you? It's best to leave them for a while. I'm sure things will calm down by tomorrow."
Cathy said strongly, "No. If I'll leave today, these people may think otherwise. I'm not the kind who runs away from trouble. Back to my high school days, no one could ever bully me around because I know where I stand. These brats may think I'll get Philip Warren to defend me. I don't care if they'll mock me or make fun of me, I can take that. But to hurt me physically, I never back down. I'm strong and I have some fighting skills I learned back home. I'm a fighter, Andrew."
Wow, I have yet to meet a girl like you. You're so courageous, and I could see that fierce in you. You're a beauty and a fighter. I admire your courage and determination. If I can't stop you, we're just around to shield you from harm.
Philip Warren was on his way out from the hotel to meet with his business partner when he got an urgent call. "What do you mean Cathy might run into trouble? It started with a video about what? I don't believe this. Look, Andrew, I'm on my way to a meeting. Send me the video so I can have this traced. I'll call the college dean to prevent this nonsense. Be sure that you're visibly around Cathy with your men." Then Philip ended the call.
A few days later, from the university after her class, Cathy ran upstairs towards her bedroom in a hurry to rest. She was trotting along the hallway when she heard a quaint movement in Philip's study room. She crept towards the door and slowly turned the knob and was surprised to see a woman standing at the center of the room talking with someone. Then she heard Philip's voice. Cathy walked out quietly to her room, wondering who the woman could be. In her thoughts, the woman was so beautiful, tall, dignified, and sophisticated. She had this air of overpowering influence, and she was the kind of person who would never let anybody take her for granted. Who is she? Why were they here? Cathy wondered. After an hour or so, Cathy heard footsteps clicking by the hallway, seemingly coming from the guest room, and when she peeked by her doorway, she saw the woman again, now dressed in a black gown, clung onto Philip's arm. Philip was in tuxedo, looking a dashing debonair, so handsome, charming. Cathy's heart seemed to flip. She closed the door quietly behind her and felt a little jealous. And she muttered, "She's so gorgeous." Cathy was eating quietly at the dinner table, and the image of the woman clutching Philip's arm couldn't seem to get off her mind. Another woman, after Patricia? He was truly a notorious womanizer, isn't he? Cathy muttered to herself. These thoughts continued nagging her while studying that the thought of that night made her flinched. The memory of that night. How could she forget? Then Philip's voice came intolerably whispering in her ears. "You're mine, Cathy, mine alone." And that fateful night almost ripped her entire being. Having forced himself to her, he didn't even felt any remorse. It's as if a natural thing for him, but to Cathy, she lost everything, her innocence, her dignity. He proved himself to be truly a man of stone. "Now you got another woman. How about me, Philip?" And then once more, painful tears came streaming down her cheeks, feeling alone and defeated. It was in the middle of midnight when Cathy heard a rapping on her door. She rushed to the door and there Philip stood. "Won't you let me in?" Cathy smelled the alcohol from Philip's breath, and before she could move, he pushed the door wide open. Cathy stepped back while Philip was closing in on her.
Cathy trembles as Philip embraced to comfort her, as if to take away the burdens of pain she had gone through. "Don't resist. Stay calm, my dear Cathy. I just want to know how you're holding up after that video. I'm here to protect you. I won't let anyone harm you. It was my big mistake for having said things that incriminated you. I'm here now." He went quiet for a while, then he whimpered softly with a painful sigh. "I'm so sorry for forcing myself to you, Cathy. I'm so sorry."
Cathy gave in to his embrace, controlling her tears about to well up, and then gave out a sniffle. Philip freed her lightly, then he gazed into her eyes and both locked eyes.
Philip was about to kiss her, but Cathy resisted. "I don't understand. Why it was so hard to resist you, Cathy? But this all I could do. I'm here to protect you. I will never let you down." Philip suddenly pulled her close tightly and kissed her, gently, then rubbed his lips to hers. Cathy weakens, then Philip became passionate. Cathy succumbed to his kisses, feeling goosebumps all over her body. She felt something new in her emotions, and all she did was to give in.
The following day, as Cathy rose up for her morning shower, in a hurry for her morning classes, she heard a commotion by the stairs. She slowly moved her feet to the stairs when she saw this woman again, fashionably dressed in a suit and waving goodbye to the house staff. "Thank you for serving me well and hope for a visit again soon," she cheerfully exclaimed. Then rode off with Philip in his luxurious car to the airport. Cathy frowned. She felt again a tinge of jealousy. Then she put up a good smile to Meredith and asked, "Who is she and where are they going?" she asked curiously. Meredith replied casually, "They're flying back to Malaysia. That woman was Philip's fiancee, Selena. They fall apart for so many years, then they were reunited in Malaysia. It seems wedding bells are on its way," Meredith excitedly said. Meredith's revelation dropped like a bombshell on her, and her entire world turned upside down and darkness seemed to loom over her. Cathy felt her stomach hurt, and there was this biting sensation in her stomach that made her feel like throwing up. Meredith noticed her discomfort. "Oh, my dear girl, are all right? Are you sick?" Cathy ran away from her and ascended to the staircase to her bedroom. Meredith got worried. Oh dear, she must have been missing her meals and overstudying again. Cathy kept on vomiting due to a stomach reflux, and her throat was hurting as it was drying up. At the same time, Meredith followed her with a hot tea and bread to make her eat before leaving for the university. She patted Cathy's back to ease her discomfort. Her eyes grew wide when she saw the yellow-greenish acid she threw up in the sink. "Cathy?"